Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 17 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 3573. Best time to buy and sell stock 5. Okay, so in this problem you are given an integer array prices where prices of I is the price of a stock in dollars on the ith day and an integer k, right? So we are given with an integer array prices where prices I is showing nothing but the price of a stock in dollars on the ith day, and we have an integer k, right? So this is the input, right? Now after this you are allowed to make at most k transactions where each transaction can be either of the following. So first is normal transaction. So in normal transaction, what do? You buy any stock on day I, right? And then sell on a later day J, where I is less than J. So your profit is prices of J minus prices of I, right? This is nothing but normal transaction, right? So you buy one stock today and sell it later, right? Buy it today, sell it later. So this is a normal transaction, right? Okay, good. But this type of transaction, we usually say uh, long period transactions like this, right? So here you can say this one as short selling transaction. So in short selling transaction, right, what you do, you sell on the day I, right, and then buy back on the later day J, where I is less than J. Your profit is prices of I minus prices of J, right? So in this, what you do, you sell it first, right? You sell it first. Let's say you sell it at 10, right? And later on, you know that in future the government will do few things and the price of this stock will definitely fall to 2, right? So when the price of this stock fall to 2, so again you are going to buy, right? So again you are making the profit, right? Selling at higher cost and buying at lower cost again. Here you are buying at lower cost and selling at higher cost, like this. You need profit only, right? So in this case only we get the profit, right? So when we are going to get the profit, when we are going to buy in this amount and sell it like this, right? Or when we sell it in this price and then buy cheaper, like this. So in both the cases we are going to get the profit, right? Okay, so note that you must complete each transaction before starting another, right? So I have one k value, right? So let's say if k is equal to 2, right? So that simply means that at most 2 transactions I can do, right? So first I need to finish this type of transaction, only then I can start with this, right? Clear? So you must complete each transaction before starting another. Additionally, you can't buy or sell on the same day you are selling or buying back as part of a previous transaction. Clear? Simple line, right? We have to return the maximum total profit you can earn by making at most k transactions, right? So here if you see example number 1, right? So total 2 transactions we can do, right? So here in this example output is 14, right? How we are going to get 14 here? So if you see, if I just give the index in 0 1 2 3 4, so it is saying a normal transaction. Normal transaction means buy and then sell. So buy the stock on day 0, okay, for $1 and then sell it on day 2, right here. So 9 minus 1, profit is 8. Done. Okay, now see, I haven't started any other transaction, right, in between, right? Next transaction I can only start from here. I can look from here, right? I can't start from here itself. Okay, This is wrong. So this completed, this transaction is completed. Now I can start next. Next is a short selling transaction, means first sell and then buy. So I'm selling at 8 and then I'm buying back at 2, right? Sell the stock on day 3 for $8, then buy back on day 4 for $2. So profit is 6. So 8 plus 6 is 14. That's it. Clear? See this example number 2 now. So here just give the indexing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and k is equal to 3, right? So here normal transaction, that is nothing but buy and sell. Buy the stock on day 0 for $12 and sell it on day 2 for 19, right? This is transaction 1. So 19 minus 12 is 7. Now next is short selling transaction. First sell and then buy. So sell the stock on day 3 for $19 and buy back on day 4 for $8. This is transaction T2. So 19 minus 8 is nothing but 11, right? Clear? And a normal transaction, buy and then sell. So here buying at buy the stock on day 5 at $1 and sell it on day 6 for $19. Okay, this is transaction T3. Profit is 18 here. So overall this value is nothing but 7 plus 11 is 18. 18 plus 18 is 36. So 36 is the output, right? We have to return the maximum profit, right? So this is how we are getting the max profit. That's why output is 36, right? Okay. Now here, these are the constants. Prices dot length from 2 to 10 raised to power 3. Prices of I values from 1 to 10 raised to power 9. Very big prices, right? Here, very big. And k values from 1 to prices dot length divided by 2. Okay. So this is the k value, right? Now here, right? So today is Wednesday, right? So let's say today is Wednesday, right? So now you have how many options, right? So you can, maybe you can buy any stock today, right? Buy means long term, right? Or you can, maybe if you already have any stock, right? If you already have any stock, or you, let's say you sell some stock, okay? Let's say you sell some stock, right? Short term. So you are going to buy it back again actually, right? After some time. So you are going to sell it, okay? Or you may sit idle for today. You don't do anything, right? These are the three things you can do. Is there anything else you can do today, right? If you open your any stock application, stock market application, right? Maybe you buy some stocks, maybe you sell some stock and do this short selling, or maybe you just see the market, right? Only three things you can do, right? So that simply means that we have total three states: state 0, state 1 and state 2. State 0 means flat, you don't do anything, right? State 1 you can say for long, right? That simply means you are first buying and then selling. Or state 2 you can say for short, where you are selling first and then buying, right? Only these three things you can do, right? So let's discuss about these three things, right? Then I will give you the dry run, okay? So you have stock prices day by day, right? You can do at most k transactions, right? And each transaction is either normal, buy to sell, profit if prices go up. Short is sell and then buy, profit if prices go down. Rules: only one open position at a time. You must close a transaction before starting another, and you cannot act twice on the same day, right? So this is nothing but the problem statement, right? This is what we need to do, right? So at the end of each day, you are in one of only three situations, right? First is no position. Flat is equal to no position, right? One means holding for long. You bought earlier and not sold yet. Two means holding short. You sold earlier, not bought back yet, right? But you are going to buy it back. Okay. So short means, just remember short as sell to buy, long as buy to sell, and here nothing, ideal. Okay. So just remember these states. Two for this short, one is for long, and zero for flat. Okay. Just keep these things in mind, right? So now I'm going to how I'm going to check the states, right? So here, when I'm going to write this method, okay, in my code, dfs and I, j, and state. So it simply means this I, maximum profit you can achieve using days from 0 to I, 0 to I, right? So if I am here, right? So that simply means complete from 0 to I. So maximum profit you can achieve using this, right? J means transactions still available, with the J transactions still available, right? With the J transactions still available. Okay, right? So means we haven't completed these many transactions, right? And ending day I in the state. Okay, so state, like maybe flat state, long state, short state, right? These three things actually are changing in our uh, code, right? Every time states are changing, right? This I is changing and j is changing, right? So why use I going backward, right? So actually, in my code, what I need the answer of dfs of I, right? Last, what is the total size of my array? So if n is the size, then last element is n minus 1, right? So until n minus 1, I want to complete at most k transactions, right? K transactions in total I have, right? And I don't want to do anything else, right? So here it should be flat, right? It should like any buy to sell is pending. I bought but sell is pending. I sell any stock but buy is pending. I don't need to do that, right? So at most I need to complete k, right? Complete k transactions, right? So in the end I need this, right? So here if you see, my dfs is starting from the end, right? So decision on day of I, right, depends on the day of I minus 1, right? This decision that I'm going to take for this day, right? In this day, maybe I'm going to sell one stock, right? Which maybe I bought earlier, right? So it is dependent on this, right? This is dependent on this. Maybe on this day, I am selling some stock, right? But I need to make sure for selling that there is no other transaction still going on in the back, right? So that is why decision on day I depend on the day I minus 1, right? This matches classic stock DP, makes base cases clean, right? So we will discuss these things, okay? When I'm going to do the dry run of example 1, everything will be clear, okay? So just some terms, right? So what is a transaction in our DP? So transaction is counted when you open a position, not when you close it. Okay, so when you are going to buy something, then there may be transaction happen, right? When you are going to sell something, then transaction happen. But when you are going to close it, so we are just going to say 0. Okay, close short, you are going to say 0. So this is going to ensure that you can't open more than k positions, right? So only when I'm opening, right? So I am incrementing the transaction account. Okay, I'm making the changes. A transaction is counted when you open a position. Okay, so as you open a position, I will count the transaction, right? So this transaction is going on and we will complete it definitely, right? Because we have to do exactly 2 transactions right here. If you see, you are allowed to make at most k transactions, where each transaction can be either of the following: normal transaction, and normal transaction means buy and sell, both are done, and short selling means sell and buy, both completed, complete transactions, right? Complete. So that is why As soon as I open, I will count. As soon as I sell, right? Because after sell, I will buy. After buy, I will sell, right? So I don't need to count here if I'm counting here, right? So transaction is counted when you open a position, not when you close it, right? Okay. So now here are some base cases, right? So if your I value is less than 0, right? So we are uh, running DFS loop in backward direction, right? So when your I is less than 0, so if flat, then profit is equal to 0, right? And if you are holding, then invalid, unfinished transaction, right? So here, if the state is equal to 0, return 0, otherwise return a negative, right? Some smaller value, okay? Invalid, right? So now here, these things are actually important, right? How we are going to do the transitions, right? How we are going to do the transitions, right? Okay. So here, see, uh, you have something like this DFS of n minus 1 and k and 0, right? So now you may reach to this state, right, using state 0, or you may reach to here using state 1, you may reach to here using state 2, right? These three are the choices in backward, right? Okay, so that's what we are going to see, right? So let's say today's price is prices of I, right? So state 0 means flat state, so you have no stock position, right? So what can you do today then, tell me? So maybe you do nothing, right? So whatever the value here, I'm just subtracting 1 from it, and this will remain same, this will remain same, right? So let's say today is something like this, you have I, j and 0, right? So if you stay ideal, if you don't do anything today, so this result will be actually same as the previous day result, right? You're just moving backward na, right? So here you're just moving backward and you did nothing, right? So I can say that DFS of ij0 is equal to DFS of I minus 1. So a result until here is same as the result until here, right? Because you didn't do anything here, do nothing, right? So that is why I'm writing this. Clear? Right. Now you need to go to state flat, right? But in the past, you have bought something. You have bought something. So definitely you need to sell it, and so that you go to flat again, right? So that you go to flat again, right? That simply means you don't have any stock, right? Okay. So here, right now, you are here, I, j, and 0, right? So you can reach to this position, right? If what you do in this case, if you previous state you have something, right, buy. So that's it, because I can write dfs of I minus 1, previous state, you have something, right? So if you have something, buy to sell, that simply means long, right? And long is nothing but 1, I'm saying, right? So 1, and you are selling it, you buy and you are selling it, right? Choose a long, you were holding long yesterday, right? So this, now in this you have to add the profit, okay? The profit you are going to make, okay? Since here you are selling, right? So definitely you are going to make a profit here, right? Selling means giving away, right? You are getting some money, right? So you are going to make a profit here, okay? Like, understand it like this. Now again you want to move to your flat state itself, right? But let's suppose in the past you have sold something, so now definitely you have to buy it back, right? So that you again move to the flat state, right? So if this is the case, that simply means now dfs of ij0, it is equal to dfs of previous state. So it is sell. So if it is sell means short, right? So I minus 1 j, and here I will write 2, and now you are buying it back, so definitely you are losing some money at this particular position, right? So minus p, right, at this position, right? This p is nothing but the prices of I at this particular position, price of I, right? So that price definitely you are giving away, right? Right. So here, let's say you have prices p values 2, right? So if you are here buying something, so with this price only you are buying, right? So this price you have to give away. Here you are selling with this price, so this is the addition money added to your account, right? This, so that is why plus p, since you are selling. Okay, so now for this state, flat state, the best result will be the max of this or this or this. So here we have to take the best of this. Okay, this is what we need to do. I will do dry run. Okay, then you guys will get better idea. Okay, but this is what we need to do, right? Clear? Done. Now here, this is a state 1. When you move to the state 1, holding long, right? So tell me, you want to move to the holding long state, right, from previous state. So how you can reach? Maybe here at this position also you hold, right, and here you do nothing, right? So that simply means I am saying that you want to move to this state ij and 1 hold state, long state. So definitely if you don't do anything here, so maybe from previous state itself you get long, right, and you don't do anything here. Okay, with this, or you may buy something here to move to the long state, right? If you buy something, then you definitely you will sell later, but this is nothing but buy sell is another long, right? So if you are buying something, so that simply means dfs of I j1, right? So that simply means yesterday you were flat, right? Previous day you don't have anything, right? That's why you are able to buy something. So previous day means I minus 1. So that also means that this j value, right, the transaction, so this will be reduced, right? J minus 1 and 0, right? So this is nothing but this is showing that number of transactions you have completed, but that simply means here you are starting new transaction, right? So here I need minus 1, need 1, right? And if you are buying something, that simply means that you are giving away your money, right? So you spend money today, so minus p, this money, the price of p, right? So this is how you can write. So among this, and this is only possible if your j value is greater than 0, right? Only allowed if j is greater than 0, right? Otherwise we can't do this, right? Otherwise we can't buy, right? Okay, so in this case our result will be is going to be the best one again. So dfs of I minus dfs of I minus 1 j comma 1, first result taking this, and if j is greater than 0, then we are taking result as max of this result, okay, and this result. So among them, what is the best result, right? And we have to make sure that this j should be greater than 0, right? So this is the second thing, second transition. Right, now state 2, holding short, right? So in this case, holding short, so you are holding short, right? How you can do this? So maybe here also you are holding short and then you do nothing here, or maybe here you sell some stock and then you move to short, right? So that simply means at this holding short now, so dfs of I j2, right? So this is what I need here, right? So if I need this, if I don't do anything, then from previous, so previous means I minus 1 j comma 2, right? So dfs of I j comma 2 is equal to this one only, right? So I can say this as my result, okay, this, okay. Or open short today, so if you are selling today, right, so you are earning some money, right? So plus p, right? So dfs of I j2, go back I minus 1 j minus 1, right, and 0, and then add money to it, right? And here also yesterday you were flat, right? You receive money today, right? Open short today, sell today. So here also you need to make sure j is greater than 0, right? And then you have to take the max of this and this. That's it. Okay, this is what you need to do. Right now let's understand the example. Okay, so now you will get clear idea how I'm going to get 14. Okay, here I have something like this, 1, then I have 7, then I have 9, then I have 8, and then I have 2, right? So now just see if you have just this one. Okay, just you have this one. Okay, now here you have three options. You may remain flat, you may go for long, or you may go for short, right? These three options you have, right? Short, that is 2. In long you are doing buy and sell. In short you are doing sell and buy, right? So these are the three options you have, right? Okay, this is clear, right? Now let me just draw a line here, draw a line here, and draw a line here. Okay, so now you have to fill all this stuff, right? And you will get the very good idea. Okay, now here if you don't do anything, your profit will this 0, nothing. Nice, right? Here if you plan to go to long, that simply means you are going to buy this. If you are going to buy this, you have to give away some money, right? And if you sell this, right, so you are going to earn some money. Clear? And money is nothing but this one. Okay, this thing is clear, right? Okay, now here, now you move to here. Okay, now you move to here, 7. Now we have 1 and 7. Now here I need to remain in the flat state. I need to remain in the flat state. So what I can do, what I can do here to remain in the flat state, maybe I don't do anything, right? I don't do anything here, right? So I will remain in the flat state then, 0, right? Or maybe I'm going to flat state from here to here. From here to here also I can move to the flat state. From here to here also I can move to the flat state, right? So if from here to here I move to the flat state, so I have -1, right? -1 in the past. Now I am selling. Selling means earning the money, right? So +7. So -1 plus 7 is 6. So I'm getting 6 here. Okay, cool. Next case, from this sell to buy also I can move to the flat, right? So I was selling first +1. Now I am buying it at -7. Buy means giving away the money, right? So here I am getting -6, right? So among them, what is the best result? Best result to move here, tell me. So best result to move here is 6. That's what I'm writing here. Clear? This is the best result that you can do, right? That simply means 6 you are getting when you are buying at 1 and selling at 6 at 7. So this case, right? Then you are going to get 6. Clear? Same way. Now next thing. Okay, let me just move it. Okay, now next thing. Now you want to move to the this state, long state, right? So from long to long state, how you can move? From flat. From flat you can move to the long state if you buy it at 7. So you will get -7, right? Okay, or if you can move to the long state, right, if you don't do anything, right, -1, right, then also you will remain in the long state. Or you can move to the long state here. Tell me, can you move to the long state from here? No. from here you can't move to the long state, right? Because sell and buy. So if you buy it now, you move to the flat state, right? Or you can remain in the sell short state itself, right? But you can't move here. So only two options are here, and among them best is -1, right? So here this is done. Now next thing, okay, next thing, right? Here you move to the sell state, right? So from flat you can move to sell state, right? So you can move to sell state if you sell it at 7. 7 means selling at 7 means you are earning the money, right? You are earning the money 7. Or or you can also remain in the short, right? This S state if you don't do anything here. So from here +1 comes. So among them best is 7. So you are going to keep 7, right? This is done. This is done. So from here also, if you notice, total 3 options are here. 3 options, right? Only 2 options here and only 2 here, right? So here we are coming from here to here, right? And same way here we are coming from here or here, but in this we are coming from all 3, right? Right? Okay, this is done. Just keep this thing in mind. Now next time I am here, okay, let's say I am here. Now here I remain in the flat state, okay. See how I can remain in the flat state. So from here if I get 6, right, then I can remain in the flat state, right? Or here this is long. From long I can move to the flat state if I sell. If I sell, right? Because long is nothing but buy to sell, right? So if I sell it at 9, right? So -1, sell at 9. Sell means earning the money. -1 plus 9. So I'm getting 8. 8. Okay. Or I can go to flat if from sell I move to buy, right? So 7 and now buy. Buy means I'm spending the money, right? So 7 minus 9 -2. So what is the best here? Best among this is 8. Okay, 8 is the best, right? 8 is the best here. So now see this, right? So here from flat we can go to the long, right? So how we can go from flat to long? So if we need to, here we need to buy, right? So previously it was 6, now I buy it. So buy means I'm giving away the money. So 6 plus -9, right? So I will get here -3, right? Or I can stay here with -1, right? So among this best is -1. So I'm going with -1 here, right? Same way here, this is short, so maybe I remain in the short, so I will get 7 here. Or from flat I can go to short, so flat is 6. Now I can go to the short if I sell this 9. Sell means gaining the money. 6 plus 9, 15. I am going to get 15. So 15 is the output here. Clear? And here 8. Now next time I move to this as I. Okay. So here I can remain with 8, or I can go to flat. So if from this -1 I sell. I sell means gaining the money. Sell means gaining the money, right? So -1 plus 8. So I will get 7. Or I can do one thing. From short is nothing but 50, right? And I buy. Buy means giving away the money. So 15 minus 8 is nothing but 9, 10, and 5, 7, right? So among this best is 8. Now same way here. So from flat I can move to the long, right? If I buy it. So 8 minus 8 I will get 0, right? Or I can remain as it is. So among them best is 0. Okay. Or I can here 15, and again
8 is coming from here, right, from flat, and then again I buy it with this, sell it with 8, right? 8 plus 8 is 16. So among them best is 16. I'm writing 16 here. Okay, now here, see, here from here 8 is coming, right? Okay, or from here, if I want to move to the flat state, that simply means 0 is coming from here, and if I want to move to flat state, then it means I need to sell it at 2, so 0 plus 2, so I will get 2. Or here I have 16, and now I want to move to a flat state, that simply means I need to buy it with a 2. So if I buy it with a 2, so I have to subtract, so 16 minus 2, I'm going to get 14, right? So among them best is 14, right? Now here, these two values, so you can remain as it is 0, or here 8 minus, if you buy it, okay, if you buy it, then you can move, right? So 8 minus 2 is 6, so among this best is 6. Clear? And here same thing, here if you go with 16, or from here 8 comes, and now you have to sell it. Sell means gain money. 8 plus 2, 8 plus 2 is 10, so among this best is 16. But actually we don't care about this, right? We have to care about this only, right? This part, because here it simply means by the end of this 2 we have completed. That's why we are in flat state. So if you remember, here n size is 5, and what is the output that we need? We need DFS of n minus 1 with complete k, right? Complete k pro total 2 transaction we have to process, and in the end 0 I was writing. 0 means flat state. So this is the output that I'm going to get here, 14. Okay, so this is what we need to do, right? Okay, so here we have DFS of n minus 1 k, right? And then we have 0, right? So this is what I need in the end, actually final result, right? But how I can reach to this? So I can reach with S0, right? With this type of state, with this type of state, with this type of state, right? From all these states, actually, if you notice, from here the answer can come, from here the answer can come, from here the answer can come, from here the answer can come. We just need the best of these, right? Best of these paths. So best of these paths, right? So same way, these subtrees also I need to solve, these subtrees also I need to solve, these subtrees I also need to solve, right? So this is how we need to do it. Okay, so that's what, right? So now let's write the code. Okay, let's not waste much time here. Let's write the code. So very simple, whatever I explained I will do the same thing here. All right, so here first thing, let's use these prices globally. So in the class itself, instead of method, I'm going to create one uh, array int prices, right? And now for this prices I can simply say I am going to get the value, okay, from here, this dot prices, okay, is equal to prices. So now I can use it globally. I don't need to pass these prices in my DFS array, okay, DFS method, right? Same way, here you can take you can use memoization, right? Why you need to use memoization? Because there may be some repetitive things, okay, repetitive trees, right, which we need to solve again and again. So in order to avoid that, we can use memoization, and in memoization only three things are changing. One is your I, one is your j, and one is your states, right? So you can create a 3D type array, okay, memo, and here take one static final long uh, negative variable, okay. So private static final long neg is equal to long dot min underscore value, right? I'm taking this, let's say negative, right? But here these values can go negative, right? Can go negative, right? So if this happens, right, so if I'm already taking the ultimate min value, right, then maybe I will get overflow type error, right? So I will just, for simplicity, I will just divide it with 4, okay, so that I don't get the overflow type error. Okay, done. And here create one variable int n is equal to prices dot length, and here memo, right, just initialize it. So new long, and here you have to write n, okay, and here you have to write k plus 1, and here you have to write 3, right, only 3 states, 0 1 2, right. Now here you can initialize the memo, initialize the memo code. All right, so very simple. Int I is equal to 0, I value is ranging from I to 0 to n, right, I plus plus. Same way, j value is ranging from 0 to k, right. Int j is equal to 0, j is less than equal to k, and here j plus plus. And same way, your state's value is ranging from 0 to 2, right. So here I say int k is or you can say s is equal to 0, s is less than 3, s plus plus, right. And all these values in your memo, right, this you are filling with minus negative, right. Let's say memo of uh, I, j, and here s, right. All these values you are filling with this neck. Okay, done. This is done, right. Now after this, from here, this method, right, this method, what you are going to do, you are just going to return the, call this method dfs, okay, dfs of, and here you are to pass n minus 1. That's because we have processed all the elements from 0 to n minus 1, right, index k, and here 0, right. So in the end, right, here you must end flat here, okay. So that is why I'm passing 0, right. Okay, this is done. Now I have to write the code for this dfs, very simple, right. So here private long dfs int i, int I, int j, and int state, right. So here base condition, if no days left, right. So if I is less than 0, you can simply return what, return if your state value, okay, if state is equal to 0, right, if state is equal to 0, then return 0, otherwise you have to just return negative, okay, negative, right. Okay, and here by default all the values in your memo is uh, neg, right, by default initially. So here I'm just going to check if memo of I, j, and this state I'm passing here, right, state. So if this value is not equal to neg, that simply means that maybe in my tree I have already got the value for this particular I, j, and for this particular state in the past. So in that case I don't need to calculate any further, I will simply return this same value, that's it. Okay, now here first p is nothing but your prices at I, and now prices globally I have, right, so I can simply use it, right, prices of I. Now here long result, right, and now you have to check all the 3 states one by one. Okay, if state is equal to 0, right. So now we are going to use these things, right, this is already clear, right, if state is 0. So dfs of ij0 is equal to I minus 1 j0 if you do nothing. So this I can refer it as nothing but res. Okay, so here I will say state stay flat, stay flat, right? So in this case result is nothing but I can say dfs of go to back, go I minus 1, and then just write j and 0, right? No change. So this is what I was writing here. dfs of I j0 is nothing but I minus 1 j0, right? Done. Okay, this is done. Now if you close long, close long, right, then your result is going to be math dot max of the result that you have calculated above. Or if you close long, right, so close long, so in this case I told you dfs of I j0, that is nothing but result, is equal to dfs of I minus 1 j, and here 1 plus p, right? So means by to cell, by means 1, by to cell means long, long is 1, right? So you have to stay the flat, right? So here you have to write what, dfs of I minus 1 j and 1, and here plus p. Clear? Clear this thing, right? And here if you close short, right, and here if you notice this is nothing but this result passing here, and I am taking the max, right? So still I have the best result in the result. Now again I am going to update the result again with the math dot max of the old result that I have until now. And in close short, in close short I told you dfs of I j0 is nothing but dfs of I minus 1 j comma 2 minus b. 2 means cell, right? Cell and then by, right? So here I am going to write dfs. Okay, so here I am closing, there is no change in the j value, right? I'm just closing, right? So here dfs of I minus 1 j comma 2, right, and here minus p this time, right? Clear? And here if you notice I'm closing, right? So I'm not doing anything, or I'm maybe selling to close or buying to close, right, to go to the flat, right? So there is no change in the transaction, right? Okay, so this is done, this is done, right? Now we move to state 1, right? So very easy, right? And you already know that here for this one we are getting 3 options, and for others we are getting just 2. Only for state 0 3 options are there, right? Now let's move to the state 1. Now it is easy, right, for you to understand how I'm doing this, right? As if state is equal to 1, then in that case 2 things, right? So you, if you keep holding long, keep holding long, so in this case keep holding long means dfs of I j1 is equal to dfs of I minus 1 j comma 1, right? So this is what you need to write here. So result is nothing but you can say dfs of I minus 1 j comma 1, right? And here you move to the this long, if you open, right? So you can say open long, that means you are going to buy. Buy means you are giving away the money, right? So here opening, for opening there will be transaction count, right? So here first just make sure that your j value is greater than 0, right? So if this is true, then your result is going to be math dot max of result, result until now, or dfs of I minus 1, and here j minus 1, j is the change now, and you are buying means you are giving away the money, so minus p, right? Minus p, that's it. Okay, math dot max of result dfs of I minus 1 j minus 1 comma 0 and 0 minus p, right? So here if you see, right, this is already clear, right? right? Now state 2, right? Okay, so this is done, right? Now else here, that's it means we have talking about state is equal to 2 only, right? So only this is pending, right? State 2. Now how I'm going to do this, right? Okay, so here one thing is, if you keep holding short, so in this case your result is going to be DFS of I minus 1 j and 2, right? If you keep holding short, right, this thing, or if you sell it, then you are gain the profit. And here you are opening short today, right? So there will be change. Yesterday you were flat, you receive money today, right? So you are opening, so there will be change, so then j will be decremented. Okay, but again we have to make sure that here j should be greater than 0, right? And here open short, and here instead of buy you can say sell, and here dfs of I minus 1 j minus 1 0, and here plus b. That's it. Okay, this is done. So result is good, dfs of I minus 1 j comma 2, and math.max of result of dfs of I minus 1 j minus 1 comma 0 plus b, right? Clear? That's it. And here I will update the value in my memo, right? Memo of this I, j, and state, right? So here, see, every time in all these cases, right, result is getting updated again and again, right? So in this, I will just store the value of the result, right, for all this state. And from here, I'm just simply returning result, right? That's it. Okay, that's it. So in the end I will get this value, I will return this value. Okay, so now let's run the code and see if there are code issues. So see, all the test cases have been accepted, right? Now let's submit it. So see, our solution is accepted, right? And the time complexity for this one is going to be n for this, k for this. So n into k you can say, right? So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem, and if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.